That's the key, because that is a sacrifice and a covenant between you and the Most High. He hears you, he sees you, he feels you, and he knows. And with that being said, I truly pray for my soul, not with my heart, with my soul, because the difference is we give God the wrong thing. We give him the heart. He really wants our soul. He wants our souls. See, he already told us in his word that the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful. But the soul, once you give him that, he can fix everything else. If we begin to chase him and allow him to enter our soul, there is not a damn thing nobody can do.
What are you standing on, brothers? And who are you walking with? And I ask that, brother, because, you know, we're always talking about getting to the bag, man. We're always talking about staying focused and grinding and getting to the goals. And that's a must. That's a must, brother. But at the same time, we have to understand that our foundation is crucial. Our foundation is crucial. In other words, I know you just got a promotion at work, maybe, or I know you got a 6-figure job, or I know you're doing all these big things, brothers. But what are you standing on? Who are you walking with? You know what I'm saying? I know you just helped wifey open up a salon. You're taking wifey to the Caribbean. You just got her a Birkin and all these good things, brother. Like those are goals. Do those things. But brothers, what are you standing on? Who are you walking with? And the primary reason I want to talk about this, bro, is because if your foundation isn't solid, man, I'm telling you, as soon as you hit a bump in the road, as soon as there's a small hiccup, brother, if your foundation isn't solid, brother, you can come tumbling down so hard where you can just crash and burn. Where if your foundation is solid, man, you can surf that wave, man. Not saying that you're immune to all things, but you can surf those waves of life and come out on top because you're a man of understanding. But if you're not, brothers, I'm telling you, man, it can be a long fall down, man, without you really understanding what's taking place, man. So I'm asking you, brothers, man, what are you standing on? Who are you walking with? And I'll tell you, bro, I'll be honest. The reason I'm talking about this, man, is because of a conversation I had with my brother yesterday, man. My brother Olu. Brother in the power circle, man. One of the OGs, bro. Like when Olu is talking, man, you listen up, man. Olu has a lot of life experiences. Brother's from Nigeria, man. He lives up in Minnesota now doing big things. Used to live right here in Dallas, right? And we were talking about, we were just talking about everything yesterday, bro. And just briefly, he said something about a time when he was ill. And I said, bro, like you mentioned that you talk about that a lot, man. And I never want to ask him, details when we're on a group call. But since we were one-on-one, I said, man, tell me about that time, bro. Like, fill me in. What was that like, bro? He said, Brother Soul. That's when I knew he was about to go deep, man. Got that Nigerian voice. Brother Soul. He said, man, I'm going to tell you the whole scenario, bro. He said, it was my Job moment. He said, man, I was, life was good, man. I was living on a high horse, had the big house. He lived a few miles up the road, man, just north of Prosper. Got some monster houses out there with the 30 and 40-foot gates to enter, right? He said, man, life was good. I had the big house, had more square footage that I could use. He said, I had the job that was paying me nice. I had the car, had the beautiful wife. Like, life was good, bro. Like, I couldn't have created a better picture. And he said, man, all of a sudden, man, I started having my Job moment. Everything started going downhill, man. He said, I lost my job, right? And then he kind of just started going down through there, giving me line item after line item of stuff that was happening. And every time he said something, it was heavy, bro. I was like, really? And you maintain that? He said, that ain't it, Brother Soul. He was telling me something else. I was like, bro, like how did you maintain? He said, that ain't it, Brother Soul. He said, man, after all this stuff was done, like I lost all this stuff, man. He said, I go to the doctor one day, bro. He said, and this is the word. He said, I noticed the doctors he said, walk around in circles. He said, they're running around in circles, you know. He said, they would kind of like avoid me, like they didn't want to talk to me. And he said, finally, he said, one of the doctors came to me and said, Brother Olu, he said, I don't know how to tell you this. He said, but you have cancer. He said, Brother Soul, I'm going to tell you something. And brother, when he said that, I almost stopped breathing because I wanted to hear what he was getting ready to say. Brother Olu said, man, you know, we talk about winning in life. We talk about accomplishing all these goals. We talk about getting big cars and big. He said, Brother Soul, I'm going to tell you this. He said, at that moment, all of those things mean absolutely nothing. I'm asking you, brothers, what are you standing on? Who are you walking with? Because when life presents itself, because a lot of times when we have issues like that, when we have things come like that, a lot of times it's life getting ready to level us up. Of course, you know, sometimes we go through the storm before we level up. But I'm telling you, brothers, if you aren't mentally prepared, if your feet aren't on solid ground, brothers, you will crash and burn. So I'm asking you, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is this, man. I don't know if this is on the Power Circle. I don't know if this is on a video a few days ago. But I was telling somebody, I said, man, I wouldn't even want to be alive right now without having my foot on solid ground. Like if I didn't have the information that I had, if I wasn't connected to source, like I wouldn't even want to live, bro. Because it's not even living, man. Because if you aren't walking in that I am, if you aren't connected to source, brother, I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I mean, you can have a man with all the women. You can have a man with the perfect job. You can have a man or a woman doing all these things. You know, you sisters can be looking at your sisters with the, you know, these boss chicks in there. You know, if your foundation isn't right, it's pointless. It's pointless. Most people that aren't on that solid foundation, brothers, are living in fear anyway. That's why I say I wouldn't want to live. Man, I know so many brothers, man, that have magnificent minds, magnificent talents, magnificent speaking abilities, magnificent mentoring abilities, handyman with their hands, but they're scared to step out of the system. The system has them scared. There are a lot of men, brothers, that, and I was just talking about this on the show the other day on Fox. There are a lot of men that are still scared to talk to women. You have to understand, man, that once you come into a certain understanding and knowledge, you know, all that red pill information, and I'm not crapping on red pill because it's vital. It's needed for where it is. But like Brother Olu said, he said, man, he said, you have to be, he said, I'm not red pill. He said, but I'm red pill aware. You have to be aware of the world, brother, but you have to move as a God. If you're connected to source, why would you move any other way? To look at this world and say, oh, the world is in destruction, I'm going to move in fear, I'm going to move in lack. That's not moving in God, man. When your money, this is the thing, bro. This is the thing you really have to understand. Everything, because I know you're saying, well, if I'm not walking with God, if I'm not plugged in the source, how do I do it? How do I do it? That's what I wanted to know. Like, I understand I'm supposed to be connected with one. I understand that, but how do I do it? I'm going to tell you how you don't do it. You don't do it by looking out in this world trying to change this world, trying to change the people, trying to change your boss. Everything is inside, brothers. Everything is an inside job. And I'm going to tell you this. As soon as you get that, as soon as you understand that, brothers, you got life by the horns. You got life by the horns. Everything is an inside job, brothers. And this is what I learned a long time ago, man. When situations are coming your way, I don't care if it's money funny. I don't care if it's health. I don't care if it's relationship. You have to understand that's your higher self sending that to you. Your higher self is saying, hey, bro, like you're sending me some crap via thoughts up here. So I'm sending you this, man, and hopefully you get the word and say, you know what, maybe you should change something. You got to recalibrate, brothers. I'm going to say that again. I'm gonna say that again, man, because if you understand this, your life will change today. If you look at your world and you see signs and symptoms of things you don't want, I don't care if it's health, I don't care if it's money, I don't care if it's women or any other genre of conversation. If you understand that it's you sending that to you so you can recalibrate, brother, you got life by the horns. You got life by the horns. Kind of like going back to Brother Olu. Brother Olu whooped cancer's ass and is now thriving, right? It was a mindset shift. That was Olu's higher self saying, you know what? Like, you have some thoughts in there. You have some things going on in your mind that are causing this. Like, let me send you these signs and symptoms so you can recalibrate, brother. I was just reading it this morning, brother. Master Key System. One of my favorite quotes out of the Master Key System. It says this: as all conditions are thought creations and therefore entirely mental, disease and lack are simply mental conditions in which the person fails to perceive the truth. As soon as the error is removed, the condition is removed. What is that truth, soul? What is that truth? Go to Secret of the Ages. The only power. It says, he who is looking for wisdom, power, or permanent success will find it only within. Mind is the only cause. It's an inside job, brothers. It's an inside job. But I'm telling you, you can't even get to that avenue of thought. You can't get to that avenue of creation if your foundation isn't right, brothers. If your walk isn't right. What's your foundation? And who are you walking with?
There's not a damn thing nobody can do. Ain't a damn thing nobody can say. They will see and feel that glow that belongs to you and only you. And who or whatever's in them will just fade away. They can feel it. And I'm pretty sure these gentlemen attached know it. If you're walking in that I am, if you're walking in it, trust me, most people can't stand it anyway. And it's not your job to worry about dimming your light. You can be a beacon of light for others, but you can't let them put yours out. And that's all I have to say, gentlemen. Thank you so